And welcome back. Welcome back. Just a quick few things to share with you all. If you guys did not know, for a while now, FedEx is going to be furloughing some of their drivers. So be prepared for that. Your deliveries. It's holiday season. Expect late deliveries on some of your deliveries. Be delayed because of the workload, not just through FedEx, but some of the stuff will start being shipped through UPS. That will increase the workload for the UPS workers, USPS workers. I believe they still have DHL. So what's going to happen is it's going to increase the workload not only for the FedEx employees, but also for the other companies, the other delivery companies, shipping companies as well. So expect a delay in your packages. Okay, so it says FedEx Freight to begin driver furloughs Sunday. So it's happening Sunday, guys. So what they're doing is they're actually going to furlough a bunch of employees. Expect the drivers, basically. They're going to furlough a bunch of drivers. But what's happening is they're not telling us how many, but they are saying the drivers that they are furloughing, they're giving them $300, which is not, I'm sure that's not what they're making. I'm sure they're making more than $300 a week. So they're going to be giving them $300 a week until they come back to work. But how long would these furloughs actually last? And would they really be giving them the $300 weekly? So it says voluntary leave to run until March 6th. Oh, okay. So it does says March 6th. So that's about what, 3 months from now? We're in December. Wow, we're in December already, guys. And would it last until, March 6th, or would it last longer? You never know when it comes down to furloughs. We see what happened with the pandemic. A lot of people were so-called furloughed, and then it led to like a termination, not getting your job back, FedEx less than truckload unit says. So FedEx Freight, the nation's largest less than truckload carrier, will begin furloughing an undetermined number of drivers on Sunday. The FedEx Corp unit confirmed Wednesday. The voluntary, so they're expecting them, pick and choose, or we would have to pick for you. I believe in one article, they were saying that they're going to let employees just step up and volunteer to be furloughed rather than them, picking and choosing. But I don't know what employees will actually step forward to be furloughed. Would you? For $300 a week, let's say you was making $900 a week or so. That's half of your paycheck there. So the voluntary furloughs will run until March 6th, with drivers getting a guarantee, it says guarantee, to return to work, the unit confirmed. FedEx Freight is offering drivers a $300 weekly incentive to accept a furlough. The total payments will be made when the drivers return to work, according to the FedEx unit. The number of furloughs to be allowed per service center will be disclosed internally through the week. FedEx Freight said it will not publicly release any details about the furlough totals or the centers they will be requested. Okay, so they are actually picking out certain centers to furlough their employees. I guess it depends on their demand. So areas where FedEx is not like high in demand, where they're not really being used as much, maybe those are the areas where, they're going to be like, hey, furlough X amount of people at this center and X amount of people at that center in this city, in this state. But we're not going to know that because they're not going to release that information. So the unit has said previously that not all service centers would be asked to furlough drivers. FedEx Freight said earlier this month that it would move to voluntary furloughs and seeking to align its driver workforce with less demand for LTL services due to a slowing economy. Exactly what I was just saying. basically about it depends on the area. So if FedEx is not going to be used as much in that area, those are more likely the targeted areas. It said at the time that the furloughs would last for 90 days, and the drivers agreeing to them will be called back to work. The furloughs will affect a relatively small number of drivers. So not that many, okay, but we won't know. Impacted workers will continue to receive health benefits and be allowed to file for unemployment. Okay, so yes. So even with the $300, I guess like stipend, what they're going to receive, it's still less than what they will be, receiving as far as their actual pay. So you could file for partial unemployment if this was to happen. So impacted workers will continue to receive health benefits and be allowed to file for unemployment benefits in their respective state of residence. The unit said some eligible employees will be offered permanent transfer opportunities to other markets that have hiring needs. Other LTL carriers are considering similar measures as they right-size their workforce to offset volume declines. So I'm seeing a bunch of articles about the economy slowing. Not much of a lot of things are so-called needed. So companies have to let people go. But like they said, this is going to lead more people to unemployment. Wouldn't that drive up the unemployment numbers? Last time I heard about the unemployment numbers, I was hearing that it was level. The unemployment numbers wasn't bad. But with as many companies and businesses actually closing down, it's going to drive up the unemployment numbers. I guess we got to wait and see. But FedEx Freight to begin driver furloughs on Sunday, guys. There is something else that I'm actually going to share with you guys. The banks have been shutting down left to right. I did do a video about certain banks that was closing, but guess what? Some of them banks didn't even make the list. It was banks. I did the Walgreens and certain Walgreens, even in my area, guys. This one Walgreens on Central Avenue, and I think that's East Orange. I don't know if that's East Orange or Newark. Just opened about a year ago. Why is it already shut down? They literally, it was a Rite Aid before. They shut that Rite Aid down and they opened up a Walgreens. I drove past there one day. Last week, actually. I got the video. I'm going to show it. And they're closed. They've only been open about a year. That's so strange. So it's that. It's the bank that I went to today, and they're announcing that they're closing. That wasn't on any list at all. So even with reading these lists and going to the reports and stuff like that, not every site is on these lists. So you could be surprised one day and you go into your Walgreens or your Walmart or your bank and that thing is closed. These things didn't make the list, y'all. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share the video with you guys. If you don't really see too many FedEx trucks in your area, it's not high in demand. You guys know your area would be part of the whole furloughs because it's not high in demand. And that is pretty much it. That really sucks. It really do. More and more people are going to be without jobs. Wow. And they're saying, oh, nobody want to get back to work. And the people that's getting back to work is being furloughed. Dang. Can we get a break? Can we? So let me show y'all this clip real quick. The first clip is going to be the Walgreens. A real quick little clip. It's going to be the Walgreens that's actually closed after a year. I think it's East. I'll put it once I go ahead and put it in the video. It's not Newark. I think it's East Orange. I believe it's East Orange. I'm going to see. And then I'm going to show you guys the other clip of the bank that's actually closing that didn't make the list. No, I didn't see any investor savings actually on the list. So I'm going to show you guys that as well. So here's another Walgreens that actually wound up closing. It wasn't on a list and it just closed. So let me know, have any stores around you suddenly just closed especially like this. Like I said, this Walgreens only been open for like a year, and then all of a sudden it just closed down. I'm not too sure of the reasoning. This is a high traffic area, very populated area, so I'm sure they were receiving enough customers. I doubt that that is the issue. Like I said, high traffic kind of area. So I'm really not too sure. I'm not too sure. Let me know if this is happening in your area as well. I'm not too sure if customers knew, but it wound up closing down. Okay, so it says that we're closing. It's not on the list of the banks that's closing. This is an Investors Bank and what do you call it? In Kearney, New Jersey. So it goes on to say, Investors Bank, we're closing, but we'll still be close by. This ATM will close on Monday, February 13th, 2023 at 10 a.m. and the branch will close at 12 p.m. Visit us at a nearby bank at 300 Bergen Avenue in Kearney, New Jersey. Thank you for banking with us. We value your business. What's going on with all these businesses closes? I want y'all to drop your opinions in the comments down below. And when you actually get to sit there and you see it up front, personally see this stuff happening, then you realize the realness in it. And this is another high populated area, high traffic area. So I doubt that business was the problem. You can tell like between the first and whatever of the month, the bank stayed crowded. Fridays, this bank stayed crowded. So definitely every like Thursdays and Fridays, I guess people get paid different times. But the bank, you know, it stayed with cars in the parking lot. I'm not too sure what they mean by you know, not enough demand. You know, maybe it got to be at a certain number. I'm not too sure how that worked. But from looking on the outside, because I am looking on the outside, these businesses are in high traffic areas, well-populated areas, and parking lots stayed full of people, you know. So I don't know if it's really you know, not high enough in demand. I know with the banking, they're trying to switch everybody into getting used to, you know, doing everything and navigating everything online. But as far as the pharmacies, a lot of drugs, a lot of stuff is basically short in supply. So that could be another issue. Maybe they're trying to keep people, you know, going to only, you know, X amount of pharmacies to ration supplies. That could be one thing. They don't have enough of certain drugs to spread around. I don't know. It's crazy, but according to, you know, reports that we look at, the main reason is, you know, lack of demand. The store was not performing well, stuff like that. I'm not too sure, but we're going to leave this exactly where it's at. You guys just be aware and don't be surprised when y'all go to a store one day and then the next day you see the big old notice right here like, we're closing. So I'm starting to see this firsthand in Northern New Jersey. Stores are closing. This bank here is closing. I'm sure that there's plenty more. Prep and pray. Stock up. Something's going on. Something's definitely going on. Like I said, some of this stuff don't even make the list. You know, with these whole reports and stuff, some of this stuff does not even make the list. It's just like, boom, it's either you know or you don't know. And when you get there, when it's closed, that's when you're going to find out if you did not know. So continue to stock up because them little local stores might be something next that's closing. These small businesses could be something next that's going to close. So if you're more so of shopping at these small stores and stuff like that, definitely get what you can get now because you just never know. I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is Shauna. I'm checking out from Moments with Us. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below about these closes and these layoffs. It's sad. It's truly sad. But we're going to go ahead and leave this where it's at. I hope that you all are enjoying your weeks. I really do. I really do. I really do. Because we need to enjoy ourselves. You know, we really do. Take a breather and enjoy. Yes, so make sure you all stay prepped, stay blessed, and stay safe. And most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next video, I'm going to check y'all later. Peace. And they will be closing February 13th. but they're saying you can go to a nearby bank.